She said it loud enough for everyone to hear. Her friends were laughing, wine spilling from their glasses, faces glowing under dim restaurant light. "He's not just too weak to leave," she said. "He's too scared to even say a wrong word to me." And they laughed, like it was a joke, like I was a punchline in her private little comedy. I didn't say a word. I didn't need to. I just looked at her and said quietly, "Okay." That was all. They laughed harder, thinking my silence proved her right, that I was harmless. Maybe I even believed it for a moment. How small I must have looked, sitting there holding my glass, pretending the cracks inside me weren't widening. But on the drive home, her laughter stayed in my ears like a song I couldn't turn off. And something inside me finally clicked. It wasn't the first time she'd mocked me in public. It started small, jokes at dinners, smirks at family gatherings, always disguised as humor, always followed by, "Relax, it's just a joke." But that night felt different. There was no "just" in her tone, only contempt. And the way her friends looked at me afterward, pitying, amused. That's when I realized it wasn't a joke anymore. It was habit, it was sport, and I was her favorite opponent, the one who never fought back. I went home and sat in the dark for hours, thinking about all the times she'd said she handled things better than me, that she was the reason we lived comfortably. What she never said out loud was what she truly believed, that she owned me. She thought my silence came from weakness. It came from calculation. She just never looked close enough to tell the difference. The next few days, I played my part. The quiet husband, the listener, the one who nods. She bragged about her family's influence, her father's investment firm, their long list of protected assets. She liked to talk when she thought I wasn't paying attention, and I learned that arrogance always leaks information. Every evening, after she fell asleep, I worked. I reviewed the joint portfolios, the trusts, the cross-company accounts her father's firm managed through my department. All the strings that connected her pride to my silence. I wasn't angry. Anger clouds reason. I was simply awake. I made calls, quiet ones, shifted numbers, closed loops, redirected lines. No noise, no signs, just precision. And as the puzzle took shape, I saw the truth. Her family's wealth rested on one fragile connection: me. My signature sat beneath the contracts. My authorization ran the approvals. The irony? She'd spent years belittling the one person who could erase her foundation with a few clicks. I waited until the timing was right, until she had a reason to gloat again. That reason came the following Friday. She threw another dinner party. Same laughter, same crowd. I sat there, invisible again. Halfway through, she said it, louder this time. "He's like a trained dog. I could cheat on him in front of his face, and he'd just say, 'Okay.'" They laughed, of course. The word hit me again, like a quiet echo from the week before. "Okay." I smiled. Just once. Then I excused myself. I made the call before the night was over. Not to her, not to her father. To the one man whose voice could shake her world. The senior partner who trusted me with every financial thread tying their empire together. It didn't take long. Power never hesitates when it smells risk. By morning, the call had been made. Her father's accounts were locked, the firm's portfolio frozen. Every investment linked to my oversight was under urgent review. And then, the moment I waited for, her phone rang. Her father. I watched from the kitchen doorway as she answered, voice still groggy, hair tangled. "What did you just let him do to our entire family portfolio?" Silence. Her face drained of color. I poured my coffee and walked past her. She tried to speak, but no words came out. She followed me outside, barefoot, shivering. "What did you do?" Her voice cracked, but I didn't turn. "You wanted control," I said. "Now you have it, just without anything to control." She stepped closer. You ruined us. No, I said, you did. I just stopped protecting the illusion. The quiet between us stretched. No more laughter, no audience, just the truth hanging between us, heavy, final. I left the coffee cup on the porch railing, didn't look back when I said, "You were right about one thing. I was scared, but not of you, of who I'd become if I stopped pretending." Then I walked away. I didn't check the news the next day, but I heard the fallout through whispers. The firm imploded. The investors pulled out. Her father resigned. She tried calling. Once, then again. Eventually she stopped. I never blocked her. I wanted her to know I was choosing silence now, not out of fear, but finality. I rented a small apartment by the coast, learned to live without correction, without apology. Every now and then I still hear her laughter in my head, but it doesn't sting anymore. It reminds me of what she built her power on, my restraint, and what she never understood. Even silence, when sharpened, cuts deeper than rage.